Hey Dan, what you doing? Just making my first video about Jake Paul, of course. What's it about? Haven't you heard of It's Everyday Bro? Wait, you mean you've made 4 videos on a single song? I get it's bad, but like, oh no, not just that. But in this video, I'm gonna encourage my fans to make more videos on him. You know you're just giving him more attention, right? Okay, so I know what you're wondering. Gee, another fucking Jake Paul video. Wow, Toe, you're running out of ideas. No, fuck off. Fucking ruined the intro. First of all, I'm not talking about his dumbass song or the fucking stupid pranks he does. I don't care, and honestly, you could find 5 million other people who could say what I'd say. No, I'm gonna talk about how most people are talking about how Jake Paul pulling all these stunts, whether it be part of some elaborate plan, ultimately helped him reach the top, and now no one realizes how this very same situation has happened several times within the past couple of years. Well, if you didn't know, for whatever dumb reason, Jake Paul is a person who made a song and everyone was like, this is bad, and then he started doing pranks and shit, and he got dropped by Disney. Who gives a fuck? He also makes a vlog, so, you know, from that brief description, you can kind of assume what kind of content he makes. Naturally, seeing as he puts little to no effort in his videos, and thousands of YouTubers need those extra views, they made videos on him, usually critiquing him, telling people to dislike his videos, but you know what? That's fucking stupid for 2 reasons. First of all, you're giving him free fucking views, meaning more revenue, when his whole publicity stunt could have very well gone reasonably unnoticed, and telling people to unsubscribe to him just ironically gave him more publicity, like I just mentioned, which is why his channel fucking exploded after this whole drama thing happened. Yeah, I'm sure there's like some diss tracks involved and shit, and like other YouTubers, but I don't give a fuck. The channel gained like 2 million plus views after his music video, which, to be quite honest, while the video was bad, it isn't worth anything making a video on. It's just a generic shitty rap song that should have only been talked about for about 30 seconds in the top 10 worst rap song of 2016 video, made by some YouTuber with like 5 subs. Why everyone give a fuck is stupid, but this ultimately gave him what he wanted, publicity. Now, I highly doubt Paul anticipated the song to blow up as much as it did, but obviously he milked the hell out of it, knowing he'd gain more traction from the millions of retards who think calling out his music shit really helps. We fucking know, and surprise surprise, no one gives a fuck. We've seen this happen several times before, the best example being Marina Joyce, some bitch who made a fucking stupid vlog. People caught on to it, made theories and shit, and at the end of the day, she won. She got the YouTube ad revenue, she got the attention, and it's pretty fucking obvious she wasn't being kidnapped or anything, but she milked the hell out of it because, well, it sold well. Are you starting to notice the parallels? It's almost like some cycle, gee! And I believe that within the next year or so, there will be another stupid YouTuber making another stupid video that gets a stupid amount of attention, thus causing them to milk the same video, causing more YouTubers to talk about those videos, giving them more publicity, okay? You can see where this is going. It's genuinely surprising seeing how little people realize this fact. Yeah, I get it, you want to make a video on someone who's blowing up because you want to piggyback off of that and you want, you know, free YouTube ad revenue, but can you see how you're ultimately not helping your case? Can you see how you're giving this person you're bashing more fucking attention? God, this entire Jake Paul thing could have been so easily avoided, it's frustrating. Like, people like Sam Pepper, Roman Atwood, Zoe Berger, Keemstar have all profited off of this any publicity is good publicity ideology, that you think the majority of YouTubers would notice this pattern. Maybe make one video on Jake Paul at the most and just drop it, because as we see in 5 other times, mooking that topic only leads to that person getting more attention. Like I said, I highly doubt any of these people anticipated the extreme publicity they'd receive, but, you know, the fact that they milk it knowing they get more out of it is pretty fucking brilliant. I wouldn't be surprised if more people like Jake Paul cropped up. Not just because they look up to him, but they know that with all the negativity they'll receive, they're gonna get more attention. At least for a little while. And you know, this isn't even YouTube that sees these types of people milking something that's infamous for being shitty. Take the movie Cool Cat Saves the Kids. I know it's dead drama, okay, leave me alone. But when you really look back at it and think about it, it's no different to Marina Joyce, Jake Paul, or Keemstar in the way that their source of fame comes from the hate they receive. Cool Cat and his movie were relatively obscure until people like YMS and IHG came along and were like, hey, fuck you. And while, yeah, for the most part, both YMS's and IG's video did okay in views, they blew up alongside Cool Cat and the hate firm after the creator, Derek Savage, basically tried to censor them. And while that's completely different from making a dumb music video, as one follows the premise of once it's on the internet it stays there, and the other one is there's no such thing as bad publicity, it's more the fact that Derek took his attempt of censorship to the extreme and how he really exploited this whole "don't talk about Cool Cat ever again" thing that really gave him more publicity. Like, if he handled everything in a calm and respectful manner and maybe did it like way after the reviews were posted, like a year or two later, no one would give a single fuck, and he and Cool Cat would just be remembered as relics of the past. But instead, they're remembered as how you shouldn't be a big dummy dum-dum, a lot like Jake Paul or anyone who's been in drama like Leafy or Keem. And you know, all this shit wraps around into the idea of negative publicity ultimately being good publicity. You know, this really reminds me of an article by CBS News, and while it's fucking CBS News, they make good points and examples. And to quote, "The movie Borat made relentless fun of Kakistan, but Hotels.com said that after the film was released, the number of requests it received for information about Kakistan went up 300%. Sales of Michael Jackson's music actually increased when he was in the news for legal troubles over dangling his child over a balcony." And while yeah, none of these things are particularly good things to be known for, and with that being said, I'm not saying you should like drop babies off of balconies, you fucking weirdo, as no one wants to be known as the person who dropped their baby over a balcony somehow by accident. I don't fucking know. But even being known with a negative connotation, if you can recover from it, you'll ultimately have benefited. This is something called the sleeper effect, where basically, while being known in a negative light, sooner or later, the audience you manage to amass gradually forgets about it, especially if you manage to remain relevant even after people stop talking about the shitty things you've done. A great example of this is the Fine Bros, who, while a couple of years ago were known as those assholes who tried to copyright a term for no fucking reason other than having a bloated ego, they managed to recover from the seemingly infinite amount of hate they received. You can't deny how several large YouTubers made videos on them, which, like Keemstar, hurt their subscriber count, but ultimately boosted their view count and, you know, got them more ad revenue, which is a pretty fair trade-off, considering at the end of the day, they're popular, everyone else isn't, and everyone who hated on them just looks like a big dum-dum after seeing how well they recovered. It's almost like nothing even happened, except, you know, their watch like twice the size it was before. So yeah, making videos on Jake Paul is fucking stupid if it's not actually informative. At the end of the day, giving him all this negativity ultimately helps him, and while yeah, he's known for being a dickhole now, in a year or two he's either going to be irrelevant and obscure like Marina Joyce, or at the top of the trending page like the Fine Bros, all because everyone's a goddamn sheep. Good job guys, I hope you're proud.